right now, Mount Horeb strong. The community coming together after a deadly incident. How the district is supporting students. Plus, protesters at UW-Madison voicing their concerns directly to school officials. We're live with the progress of the talks.
And the rain is moving on out while the sunshine moving on in. Going to be a beautiful Friday. We'll have the first warm forecast coming up.
Good Friday morning. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. It is May 3rd. We are almost to the weekend, folks. We can smell it. Thanks for joining us. I'm Josh Brighter. Chris Stanford has the morning off. Let's start with a look at your forecast because we have a beautiful Friday on tap. Kelly is here with your first warn weather. I think we all needed this today, Kelly.
Yeah, after an active week, we've got some quiet conditions headed our way this Friday. We had the showers that passed through, some yesterday and even overnight here in Madison about 3 o'clock or so. Moving on out, we are seeing the clearing starting to move into the Madison area, so it should turn out to be a really beautiful Friday. I don't know if you can ask for much nicer weather as the clouds are starting to depart, and we're going to have light winds as well. That sun is returning today. Now, tomorrow we do have a brief period of showers, going to be right in the middle of the day, about noon, 1 o'clock, maybe 2 o'clock for our eastern counties. That should move out fairly quickly. Then we're right back to some clearing tomorrow night into Sunday. Should be a nice end to the weekend. We're down to 49 with the clearing here in Madison. 50 right now in Middleton, Waunakee at 50 as well, 50 in Fitchburg. And we are looking at mild temperatures. Our average high in the mid-60s will likely be in the low 70s today and also tomorrow and into much of next week. We will get a little bit closer to average later next week as some cooler air pours out of Canada. See the clouds departing right now. The temperature at 49. The winds are calm. Winds will be pretty light out of the north at about 5 to 10 miles per hour as temperatures climb through the 60s by the noon hour. We'll take a look at that chance of showers that's coming our way tomorrow, coming up in about 15 minutes.
Kelly, thank you. 6:01 this morning. School is once again canceled in the Mount Horeb Area School District. This comes 2 days after an armed student turned up at the middle school and later shot and killed by police officers. The events caused scenes like this you see here, part of an hours-long lockdown. Here's what we know right now. The armed student was seen outside the middle school with a gun. He never made it inside. His presence, nonetheless, sending district officials into lockdown for hours. He was shot and killed by law enforcement. We found a website allegedly belonging to the suspect in which the male student compares himself to assailants of historic school shootings and discusses violent fantasies. The school and law enforcement officials are not able to tell us anything that would compromise the integrity of the investigation, of course, but Superintendent Dr. Steve Salerno tells us the district is already thinking of ways to implement even more safety measures going forward.
In our estimation, we would prefer to have an officer in each one of our buildings for a while. And then obviously to bring peace of mind for the community to have additional officers looking, driving by and just checking in.
Dr. Salerno says his staff is discussing long-term support that could be put in place as summer break approaches and a new school year begins this fall. While schools in Mount Horeb are closed, the district is providing comfort and support to students and families. Therapy dogs have been on site at the high school. Counselors also providing mental health services. The director of Office of School Safety for the Wisconsin Department of Justice shares why it's important for these resources to be made available.
In the aftermath of exposure to a traumatic event like happened here in Mount Horeb yesterday, we need to provide interventions, and that starts with social support. So this is a universal opportunity for the community to gather, for the children and the staff and the first responders to feel the support and the cohesion of this unique community.
Despite the cancellation of classes today, evening events are still going on as planned. 6:03 is your time. We're now in the 5th day of protests at UW-Madison. Demonstrators are hoping to compel the university to divest from companies that do business with Israel and its war with Hamas. Protesters are now meeting with school officials to lay out their demands. Shane Hogan has been at the scene all this week and joins us live from Library Mall once again. Shane, what do we expect to come next?
Hey, Josh. Yeah, right now, things again, like most mornings we've been out here, very calm, very quiet, but it's about what's happening later this morning. A second meeting between the student leaders of the protest and UW officials, including Chancellor Jennifer Mnuchin. You can see there are a few more tents up here this morning compared to yesterday morning. Now, yesterday in that first meeting at 8:30 between Chancellor Mnuchin and the students. One faculty member told us afterwards that it went well and that there was progress made during that first meeting. One of the agreements in that meeting was a 24-hour period that police would not act on the encampment. Now, what we're expecting today is that in that second meeting to learn more about what could come next for the resolution. Does that include the tents, students removing their tents themselves and clearing up the space here on Library Mall? Or would that mean police would come in and act similarly like Wednesday when they came in and removed the tents themselves? So there's still a lot unknown at this point, but we do know we are still in that 24-hour period where police were told not to respond to the encampment. We have seen a few officers roaming around this morning, but again, not tents or anything like that like we saw Wednesday morning. So we'll keep an eye on that. And of course, as we learn more about that second meeting that is scheduled today, we will be providing live updates throughout the morning here on News 3 Now. Josh?
Shane Hogan live for us on campus. Shane, thank you. Students at UW-Madison are making their voices heard both at the Library Mall and to university administrators. State lawmakers have also been present. Elected officials on the Democratic side have pushed the Biden administration to take a stronger stance on the Israel-Hamas war. One lawmaker we spoke to at the encampment says he has been working with Governor Evers' office. He opened up to us about those conversations.
I talked to Governor Evers' office yesterday. They made very clear to me that there has been no discussion of sending in the National Guard. He also made very clear that the discretion to make arrests or not make arrests lies entirely with the chancellors, not with his office, not with the governor.
This is in addition to conversations he says he has had directly with university officials. Dane County supervisors are also weighing in, calling for Sheriff Calvin Barrett not to use county resources to break up protests. 9 supervisors signed a letter to the sheriff. It reads in part, the utilization of county resources in support of any such action constitutes a failure of our leadership and is an inappropriate use of public monies. Meanwhile, UW-Madison Chancellor Jennifer Mnuchin says while the university respects protesters' right to freedom of speech, there are consequences for violating the law. Right now, students at UW-Stevens Point are showing their support for Palestinians with a peace movement on campus. This is not an encampment. Students have been out from 9 in the morning until 9 each night. They've had similar requests for their campus administrators as other universities to cut ties with businesses supporting Israel.
Students should be able to express their beliefs, and many of these campuses celebrate their history of protest, and it seems like that they're proud of all protests except for the one currently going on.
The students do not have a set plan at the moment if their needs are not met. The pro-Palestine protests nationwide continue on, showing no signs of slowing down. Police at Portland State University in Oregon arrested more than 20 people after protests occupied the school library. More than 200 people at UCLA were arrested after police broke down an encampment. President Biden calling out the violent protests, saying order must prevail. New information now at 6:07 on the resignation of UW-Madison Police Chief Kristen Roman. A relationship with a subordinate is what led to her departure in February. The relationship was revealed during an investigation triggered by different employees' complaint about Roman. Investigators were told Chief Roman and another employee spent the majority of days in each other's offices with the door closed. The investigation uncovered text messages indicating a romantic relationship. The unnamed employee resigned and did not sit down with an interview for investigators, but did agree to answer written questions. You can read more details about the investigation and Roman's resignation in our story on channel3000.com. Happening today, it is the last day in office for Dane County Executive Joe Parisi. He announced a month ago to the day that today would be his final day in charge. Once Parisi leaves, County Board Chair Patrick Miles will serve as the acting county exec. He will then name an interim executive within 30 days. Voters will elect the next permanent executive in November. So far, 4 candidates have entered the race.
All right, we are looking at some beautiful weather on this Friday. A lot of sunshine and mild temperatures, but we are tracking some showers tomorrow. We'll have the first morning forecast coming up.
Plus, Game 6 for the Bucks last night. Can they keep their season alive?
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Brought to you by Toyota.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can capture all the moments that make summer, summer. Like driving a RAV4 to wade in a waterfall.
Nice.
Cruising to play mini golf in a Camry. Or taking a Tundra to the beach.
You're not gonna leave me here, are you?
Right now, you can lease a sporty new Toyota RAV4 for $309 a month. See your local Toyota dealer today or visit Toyota.com to learn more.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
Spring is sprung, and savings are in full bloom. Visit Menards Garden Center for everything you need to get your garden growing. Choose from hundreds of beautiful, colorful flowers, lush trees and shrubs, and everything in between. Menards Garden Center is back in bloom. Stop in today to get your garden on. Check out these fresh deals happening now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Welcome to Badgerscape Design and Landscape. We offer a full range of landscaping services, from design to maintenance. Our professional team is dedicated to meeting all your landscaping needs. Call us at 608-295-1446 or visit badgerscapedesignandlandscape.com.
I have moderate to severe Crohn's disease. Now there's Skyrizi.
Things are looking up. I've got symptom relief. Control of my Crohn's means everything to me. Control is everything to me.
Feel significant symptom relief at 4 weeks with Skyrizi, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements. Skyrizi is the first IL-23 inhibitor that can deliver remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. And the majority of people experienced long-lasting remission at 1 year.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to. Liver problems may occur in Crohn's disease.
Now's the time to ask your gastroenterologist how you can take control of your Crohn's with Skyrizi.
Control is everything to me.
Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
What happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable raccoon? Attack.
Bark.
Attack. It's not easy taking out the trash. That's why you need strength that's anything but ordinary. Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Your total experience is at the Island.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
We're back with breaking news at 6:12. The White House announcing President Biden will travel to Wisconsin next week. He'll be in Racine on Wednesday to deliver remarks on his Investing in America agenda. The White House says he will participate in a campaign event. After that, the president will travel to Chicago for a campaign reception. This is a developing story. Stay with News 3 Now this morning and channel3000.com. This morning in Eau Claire, Democrats are urging Republicans on the state Joint Finance Committee to release millions of dollars meant to stabilize the region's health care system. Last month, Previa and Hospital Sisters Health System closed all Chippewa Valley locations. The legislature approved $15 million for existing health care options in the region, but Governor Evers used a partial veto to make that money for additional uses like OBGYN and mental health services. Since that veto, the Republican-controlled committee hasn't released the money.
Joint Finance can look at the policy and say, okay, yep, we're going to send money out for this, or we're not. You need to come back to us with a different suggestion. They're just saying we're not even going to have a conversation about it.
The closures have put a strain on the health system still standing. The Eau Claire Clinic is trying to double its services to make up for those closures. Let's see what's happening in the 608 at 6:13 this morning. There's a fundraiser continuing today supporting two nonprofit animal rescues, one being the Midwest Horse Welfare Foundation located in Pittsville. The other is Little Orphans Animal Rescue in Montello. Organizers say this fundraiser will help each organization raise food and monetary donations for huge vet bills. That fundraiser is happening at Fleet Farm in DeForest. Today you can stop by to support them from 7 this morning until 4 this afternoon. You'll see their setup in the main doors. Kelly Slifka is here now with your first warned weather, about 6:15, and what a nice Friday on tap, Kelly.
Yeah, the skies have now cleared out here, and we are looking at beautiful weather. It's a little chilly this morning. You will need at least a light jacket, but by this afternoon, I'm sure a lot of people will be running around in shorts and short sleeves because it's going to be a very mild day. Now, we did get some rain, obviously, over the last 24 hours, but I don't think it did much to help out our drought situation, especially up there in Sauk County, Southern Adams and Juneau County. Really, our drought started about this time last year. We just couldn't buy any rain in May last year, and right now we continue with some of that severe drought up to the north and west. Madison areas and areas to the south have been doing pretty well. I want to back this up again. I want to take a look at some of the rain that we had over the last 24 hours. Now, the more substantial rain actually fell to the west, some locations picking upwards of 1/2 of an inch. But here in the Madison area, Dane County, generally about 1/10 of an inch or less for most locations. Now, the storm system that brought some rain, a couple of rumbles of thunder is now moving on to the east. We are clearing out, and we've got the sunshine that's breaking through, and that's going to be warming us up quickly now that the sun is officially up. Should be in the low 70s later today, so just going to be a beautiful Friday for us with sunshine, low 70s. I don't know if you can ask for much nicer weather. Tomorrow, we do have a period of some showers. It's not going to last all day, maybe an hour or so. But it's going to hit us right in the middle part of the day, and quite a few more clouds around, but then we're right back to sunshine and mild weather on Sunday. So a lot of sunshine today as we're starting off in the 50s, should be in the mid-60s early this afternoon, climbing up into the lower 70s. Winds will be pretty light out of the north. Now, tomorrow morning, we are going to start out dry. We'll watch a line of showers and storms rolling through Minnesota and Iowa. It's going to weaken as it moves across southern Wisconsin, but it will bring in a brief period of some showers between noon and about 1 o'clock or so, maybe 2 o'clock areas to the east of Madison. And then we'll start to see a little bit cooler weather working in during the afternoon. That's behind a weak cold front that'll be moving through. This cool air is just lurking up to our north, but we're going to be on the mild side of it today. We'll see a little bit cooler weather moving in tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, and then we're going to see some mild, if not warm weather. It looks like by the beginning of next week, that'll put us well in the 70s. Then we're getting a shot of some cooler weather working our way later in the week into a next weekend. But it'll be actually putting us a little bit closer to where we should be this time of the year. 43 right now in Camp Douglas, 51 in Watertown, 49 in Madison, 44 in Lone Rock, 52 in Janesville, across Dane County, 49 in Sauk City, also Waunakee, and right now Middleton and Madison at 49 as well. First warm forecast, a lot of sunshine today, a beautiful afternoon, 72. We're down to 46 tonight. Should start off dry tomorrow morning, but we'll have that brief period of some showers during the midday hours tomorrow, up to 70. Cools down tomorrow night, then we're back up to 69 on Sunday. Sunshine warming up to the 70s next week, but also an active day, it looks like, by Tuesday before cooling down later in the week.
Game 5, the Bucks gave us all hope. Without Giannis or Damian Lillard, they put a beat down on the Pacers to force a Game 6. Then before they tipped off, it was announced that Lillard was going to play. And then the game happened, and we were all reintroduced to life as a Wisconsin sports fan. As mentioned, Lillard good to go for Game 6, and he gave the Bucks everything he had. Third quarter, Deer down double digits. Dame dials one up from the corner to make it a 9-point game. He finished with a game-high 28, but they'd never get closer than that. The Pacer bench outscored the Bucks bench 50-10, including 21 from Obi Toppin. For the second straight year, the Bucks get bounced in the first round. 120-98 is the final.
I'm going to do whatever I can for this franchise. And I really am. I think we can win. I do. I'm going to do everything I can to create that because it means more to me than I think you think.
Ben Rortvedt was drafted 56 overall in the 2016 MLB draft. A couple years later, in 2021, he made his big league debut with the Twins. And after a season with the Yankees, he's now catching for the Rays. Andrew Banstra sat down with a Verona grad to find out what it really was like to play against his hometown team.
10th inning. And there's a liner into left.
Ben Rortvedt grew up a Brewer fan. Not a diehard, but you could always catch him at the ballpark.
It was really cool coming to this ballpark as a kid and be able to walk on it. We played on it in high school one time, but it's a lot different having the stands more filled up.
But now, going to the ballpark is a little different.
The Minnesota Twins select Ben Rortvedt, a catcher from Verona.
The backstop is in his third season in the big leagues and playing in his home state for the first time as a major leaguer.
Yeah, it was pretty full circle. Like I said, kind of showing up to the ballpark, driving on the freeway, seeing the stadium was pretty cool.
Even if AmFam Field isn't quite the same as he remembers it.
Probably always going to call it Miller Park, but like just growing up as a kid, always driving by, seeing the stadium, it was kind of like had some childhood memories showing up.
And after starting against his hometown team,
Brings up Ben Rortvedt.
Rortvedt made some new memories with his friends and family cheering him on.
Verona Area High School.
Yeah, I never thought I'd be here. So just keep having fun, keep going. It is a game, but I never thought I'd be here, so you never know where you'll be in your career. So be where your feet are and just work hard.
But for now, Rortvedt
See ya. A home run for Ben Rortvedt, his first.
takes it one swing at a time. At American Family Field, Andrew Banstrut, News 3 Sports.
And that's it for Morning Sports. Have a great day.
Still ahead for us, a popular book series cover art is up for auction. And in our next half hour, a closer look at the efforts of one Wisconsin man to empower those living with autism. But first, as we head to break on a Friday morning, it is 6:20. Here's a look at gas prices.
Zach Hanley, News 3 Now Sports, moving forward.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
Ordinary is the opposite of beautiful. Beauty drops our jaws, dilates our eyes. And beauty is something we can create right now at Floor & Decor.
When migraine strikes, do you question the trade-offs of treating? Ubrelvy is another option. It works fast to eliminate migraine pain. Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Allergic reactions to Ubrelvy can happen. Most common side effects were nausea and sleepiness. Ask about Ubrelvy.
When you need inspiration, it's worth shopping Pick and Save, where you'll find over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices. Savings like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Pick and Save worth it every time.
It's your thing. Do what you wanna do.
Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
In a Class 3 casino, you're playing against the house, so there's no guarantee a player has to win, ever. And in a Class 2 casino, the players play against each other, and not the house. So someone always wins.
So you're saying... He's saying if you want to win at something, you have to go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, a Class 2 casino where someone has to win. How about this then?
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Accidents don't just happen Monday through Friday or during the daytime hours. That's why our team is here for you every day, evenings, weekends, and holidays. Because we understand how important it is to get you the help you need immediately, to answer your questions, and to start building your case as quickly as possible. No matter when your accident happens, the help you need is just one call away. Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Like 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Plus, get one of the latest 5G phones free when you add a line. Experience it all on America's largest and fastest 5G network.
At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of unlimited for only $30 a line. Switch today.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
We're back at 6:23 on a Friday morning. Gwen giving us a little sunshine on a sunny Friday.
Spring has sprung, that is for sure. Look at that, you know, is that leaves or is that, yeah, those are leaves.
It looks like it, yeah.
I couldn't tell if it was leaves or a flowering tree, but beautiful either way, and it's, you know, it's really feeling like spring out there now and looking like it for sure.
The greenery has really kicked in the last couple of days with that sunshine.
My favorite time of the year, as long as we can get over that hump, and I think we're there.
Have you seen the pollen starting to I've seen it on the cars.
I've seen, yeah, you can definitely feel it in the air. I don't have allergies per se. I know a lot of people do, and they always remind me when they have allergies. Yeah.
Spring is here.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Gwen. Trending now, a wealthy Harry Potter superfan is about to spend some big bucks for a piece of wizarding history. The original cover art for the first edition of Harry Potter's and the Philosopher's Stone is hitting the auction block soon. It's expected to set an auction record for a Harry Potter item. The cover was used for several translated versions of the book, but it was not used for the U.S. edition of the book, which had the title of the Sorcerer's Stone instead of the Philosopher's Stone. The original cover was first auctioned more than 20 years ago when it went for more than $106,000. This time it's expected to fetch up to $600,000.
Wow. I'm trying to, Harry Potter now, when did it become a craze? Well, they said that was 20 years ago, so that would have been...
I was going to say it was the early 2000s because I think I was around 10 at the time.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
So, obviously I was too old for Harry Potter, but... You
know, I never really got into it. I read the first book. My thing is which is crazy, you think of what I want to do every day, is I was not a reader growing up. I did not like reading. I was one of those kids. But I had a lot of friends that did. And what I've seen now is a lot of my friends that have kids now are sharing those experiences because they can reread the book together, which is kind of fun.
Well, Josh, it just goes to show you should have been reading. You could have been fetching up to $600,000
that's a lot
for
of
that.
money. That's wild.
Keep reading, kids.
Yeah, seriously. It's important. All right, what's the bus stop forecast today?
Well, the kids headed off to a school this morning. A little chilly, you need the jacket, but by this afternoon, looks absolutely gorgeous. Temperatures up into the lower 70s today. We will have a period of some showers tomorrow. It's not going to be very long, maybe an hour or so, but right in the middle part of the day. Back to sunshine, 69, 70s return early next week.
It is 6:26. We're back right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
We love Jones breakfast sausage so much, we just have to share it with our kids.
We get ours in the bigger Jones resealable bag.
But Jenny's got a microwave in her dorm.
I do, and Jones always reminds me of home.
Breakfast better with Jones.
Dad, are you certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of 4imprint, your home for high-quality promotional gear, including exclusive items and brands they love. Printed perfectly and guaranteed to arrive on time. To wow your clients, nail your next event, or inspire your team, check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
When a crane collapsed during construction of a Major League sports stadium, 3 workers lost their lives. Their widows called us. When maintenance workers were permanently injured by an industrial accident at a public utilities power plant, the 7 injured workers called us. When a factory exploded, injuring dozens of workers, 18 victims, including all 3 families of men who lost their lives, called us. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
Check this out, the newest fantasy game from DraftKings. Just pick between 2 and 6 players and choose if they're gonna have more or less of a stat. Then compete against others for cash prizes. It's that simple. Okay, let's try it. Do you want more Kevin Hart or less Kevin Hart now? No, don't answer that.
Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app today and score $50 in Pick 6 credits instantly when you play a $5 first pick set. The crown is yours.
What?
For 7 generations, our sausage recipe has remained the same. You can see it in our labels, smell it as you cook it, and taste it in every bite. Breakfast better with Jones.
And we are live this morning from Library Mall, covering day 5 of the encampment here on UW's campus. What to expect later today, coming up.
Plus, difficult conversations after an armed student arrived at a local school this week. How to show how you should talk to your kids about gun violence.
And the rain and clouds are moving out, and we're talking about a beautiful Friday. We'll linger into the weekend. We'll have a look coming up.
Good Friday morning. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. It is May 3rd. We made it to Friday, folks. The weekend is almost here. I'm Josh Breiter. Chris Stanford has the morning off. Let's start with your first warn weather because we have a beautiful Friday on tap. But Kelly Slifka is here to tell us 3 things you need to know. And there are some shower chances this weekend, but really light.
Yeah, it's going to be a very brief period of showers. It's going to be kind of an annoying chance of rain tomorrow. It'll be happening right in the middle part of the day, about noon, 1, maybe 2 o'clock for most of southern Wisconsin. And otherwise, just kind of cloudy for most of the day. Still mild, though. Temperatures near 70. We'll get back into sunshine as we go through Sunday, so that'll be the best day of the weekend with light winds out of the northeast and mild temperatures again. The rain out of here right now. The clouds moving east of Madison now. A lot of clear skies off to the west, and we can't expect a lot of sunshine today. Just going to be a picture-perfect Friday for us. Sun returns today with temperatures in the low 70s. We will see that brief period of some showers about noon, 1 o'clock, maybe 2 o'clock for some areas to the east of Madison tomorrow. Then we're back to sunshine and mild temperatures on Sunday. That'll be the best day of the weekend. 49 in Madison, so you will need at least that light jacket this morning. Cottage Grove and Stoughton currently at 50 with the clear skies. As far as our chance of rain tomorrow, yeah, we are looking at that brief period of some showers tomorrow in the early part of the afternoon. Better chance of more widespread showers and thunderstorms, it looks like, by Tuesday of next week. Otherwise, just very slim chances of rain going into next week. A lot of sunshine today. We're looking at temperatures in the 50s this morning, rising through the 60s into the noon hour. Should be topping out in low 70s, so we're running about 8 degrees above our average. We'll have more on that weekend forecast and also those chances of rain next week coming up.
Kelly, thank you. Breaking news at 6:31 this morning. The White House says President Biden is returning to Wisconsin next week. The president will be in Racine on Wednesday, May 8th, for a campaign event. He'll be delivering remarks on his Investing in America agenda. Biden visited here on April 8th in Madison. Details about next week's stop are limited right now. The White House says additional information will be available soon. Students in the Mount Horeb School District are staying home for a second day this morning after police shot and killed an armed student outside of the middle school Wednesday. As those students begin to recover, parents have to decide how to have difficult conversations with them. SSM Health says it's important for parents to process their own emotional responses first. The next step, validating your kid's feelings about the event.
Let your child explain and express where they're at, and validate those feelings. Or they might not even know how they're feeling. There may be a lot of confusion, a lot of anxiety, a lot of just not sure, a lot of fear, and validate that it's okay to have all of those feelings.
SSM Health says you should remind your child you're doing everything you can to keep them safe. You can never reassure them enough after traumatic events. As the community works through this, the Chamber of Commerce is asking residents to voice their support with the hashtag Mount Horeb Strong. Businesses can download a Mount Horeb Strong poster for their windows or bulletin boards. There are also yard signs available for residents to pick up. We have a list of other ways you can support the Mount Horeb community by going to this story at channel3000.com. Our team contacted the people we believe are the parents of the armed student. They had no comment for us at this time. We discovered the student had a website where he compared himself to assailants of historic school shootings and talked about his violent fantasies. Still, Mount Horeb Superintendent is asking the community to reserve judgment of the student's family and friends.
I will say this, though, it's not lost on any of us that we've lost a beautiful soul in our district. And there's a family that's hurting right now, and nobody wants this for their child.
An investigation is still ongoing this morning. You can stay informed with new developments on News 3 Now. You can also receive those notifications right when they break with the free Channel 3000 mobile app. Now at 6:34, continuing coverage of UW students' protest calling for divestment from Israel. Shane Hogan is live on the encampment again this morning. Shane, it is now day 5.
Yeah, Josh, day 5 here at the encampment on Library Mall here from UW's campus. Now, coming up later this morning, we know there will be a second meeting between the student leaders of the protest and UW officials, including Chancellor Jennifer Mnuchin. The two sides met yesterday morning, one faculty member saying that it went well. Now, we do know in that meeting there was an agreement from the chancellor and the students that there would not be any police activity here at the encampment for a 24-hour period. We are coming up towards the end of that period, of course, this morning. But again, that second meeting is scheduled for some time this morning. We'll be looking to learn more about what could be included in that meeting. News 3 spoke with one of the professors who we saw arrested on Wednesday morning. You'll remember the one with blood coming down his face. He talked about how the meeting yesterday went.
The meeting had, I had the sense that there is a good intention on everybody's part, that that hopefully everybody is coming around with the assumption that they want a resolution, they want to figure something out. And so that was really good. And in that sense, I think the meeting was productive.
That was Professor Alatut. We heard from him after he went through that serious situation Wednesday. He said he believes police targeted him and it was racially motivated. Now, again, the question today is what that second meeting will be about. Will they come to an agreement to remove the tents here from Library Mall, or will police act like they did Wednesday to come remove the tents themselves? Of course, that is still unknown at this point, but we'll be following along all morning long to get a better idea of what that second meeting will be about and to see what happens next here at the encampment from Library Mall. Josh?
Shane Hogan live for us on campus this morning. Shane, thank you. You'll remember this scene on Wednesday when police arrived to the encampment. They gave students 15 minutes to pack up and head out. Most of the protesters standing their ground and locking arms. Students pushing back when police began using their shields for crowd control as they took down those tents. We're hearing from 2 students who were there and say they were among the people police detained.
I remember feeling really afraid for my community members and the people that I've come to really care for, especially the folks of color on the line.
Overall, I'd say there's a sense of calmness around, but those anxieties have not entirely been lifted. We were brutalized, but it is nothing compared to what is going on in Gaza right now, and in the West Bank too.
While protesters have remained peaceful, university officials maintain that the tents are in violation of school policy and state law. In response to Wednesday's events, a group of Dane County supervisors sent a letter to Sheriff Barrett. They want him to not use county resources to break up encampments. Around the country this morning, colleges have sent law enforcement officials to crack down on other encampments. Police have arrested more than 2,000 people nationwide. President Biden now speaking on the protests. He says order must prevail and that student protesters calling for him to change his policy on Gaza haven't had any effect. Still, the president emphasizing he did not want the National Guard to go to college campuses. 6:38 is your time. Coming up, the legacy and impact one doctor is having on those living with autism in the Madison community.
And it's turning out to be a beautiful Friday, but we are tracking some showers that'll be affecting us tomorrow. We'll have it for you coming up in the First Warn forecast.
And we are continuing our coverage live here from Library Mall. More on what the students are demanding from the university coming up.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
Shop from the largest selection of Chevy trucks and SUVs in Wisconsin at Bergstrom Chevrolet. All with Bergstrom's negotiation-free upfront pricing, including our exclusive 7-day price protection and money-back guarantees. Stop in or shop and purchase at BergstromChevrolet.com.
This famous wood fence from the show Home Improvement had to have boards replaced 13 times in only 9 years. Our fences outlast wood 3 to 1 and are all backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. This month, save $1,000 on your project. Visit the website or call the number for your new fence today.
Everyone has their own idea of what fitness means to them. Here's what it means to us. We believe fitness can be more than exercise, that it can build a better tomorrow. It can change how you feel. It can build more than muscle. It can build community. And no matter what your reason, the common goal is simple. It's for a better tomorrow. Join us for a better tomorrow.
Your total experience is at the Island.
You have a consumer issue, and you keep getting the runaround.
It was just a total nightmare.
What you need is an advocate.
It's Call for Action to help me. Nobody else did.
News 3 Now's Call for Action team has the experience and resources to get results.
He was able to accomplish in a couple months what we couldn't accomplish in 4 years.
Need help? Contact us by phone or on channel3000.com. Call for Action, only on News 3 Now. Moving forward for you.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
When breaking news happens,
they're specifically calling for a divestment from Israel.
News 3 Now is there on the scene.
At least 60 police officers arrived within moments.
With team coverage to keep you informed and updated.
They've actually put up a new encampment. I'd say there's 10 or more tents currently. We just want peace.
Your trusted source for breaking news and continuous coverage. News 3 Now, moving forward. You're watching News 3 Now this morning, moving forward.
We're back at 6:41 on this Friday morning, continuing coverage of the protests on UW's campus calling for the university to divest from Israel. Our Shane Hogan has been there all week. He's live once again on Library Mall this morning, where the students remain for day 5. Good morning, Shane.
Hey, Josh, good morning. That's right. Day 5 here on Library Mall with tents up and the encampment back in place on this Friday morning. You mentioned the divestment. That's what these protesters are hoping for from the university. I want to talk a little bit more about what their demands are in specific. So we have a graphic here to show you a little bit more. This is a list of demands from the Student for Justice in Palestine's Instagram page. They're requesting divestment from Israel, disclosure of UW's investments, to cut ties with Israeli institutions, remove cops from campus, and, quote, to stop the land grabs and cease expansion in order to house our community. Now, again, those are the students' demands from their Instagram page, the students who are leading the encampment here on Library Mall. We do know that second meeting will be taking place at some point this morning between leaders of the protest and UW officials. We will, of course, have updates for that meeting throughout the day here on News 3 Now. Josh?
Shane Hogan on the ground for us this morning. Shane, thank you. 6:43, let's get to Kelly Slifka with your first warn weather forecast. Friday looking nice and sunny.
Oh, man, what a beautiful morning. You know, just got to love this time of the year. It's still kind of crisp, kind of cool this morning, but everything real green. And now with the sun coming up, it's going to be just an absolutely gorgeous Friday for us. All the rain now moving well onto the east, and we've been clearing out fairly quickly. We are expecting a lot of sunshine today. You can see that from our sky cam overlooking the Capitol. Expected a high of 72. The average now is 64, 8 degrees above that. And noticing the sun does not set until after 8 o'clock. We're going to squeak out every ounce of that sun today. Just going to be beautiful. So enjoy it, because we will start to see some clouds rolling in later tonight. And this is out ahead of a very weak system. It'll produce a line of storms across the plains. It'll weaken as it approaches the Mississippi River. So we'll be dry tomorrow morning, but we'll see very narrow band hit us right when we don't want it, about noon to 1 o'clock. So just kind of time that out for you. Then later in the afternoon, that should be moving on to the east. We'll get back into some dry weather and more nice weather going into Sunday. Highs in the low 70s today, running above our average. We are looking at that brief period of some showers tomorrow. Then we're right back to sunshine and mild weather on Sunday. All right, a lot of sunshine today. Temperatures in the 50s this morning. Light jacket needed. We'll be in the upper 60s early this afternoon, topping out low 70s. Beautiful day with light winds. Tracking that band of showers moving across parts of the plains and Mississippi River Valley here at 9 o'clock. So Prairie du Chien up through Viroqua. As we get toward about noon, 1 o'clock here in Madison, then that should be moving on to the east after 2 o'clock. Moving east of Janesville, Watertown, and Juneau. And then we'll start to see a little bit cooler weather moving in during the afternoon. That's because that's a cold front. That band of showers is along that weak cold front that's going to be moving through. Right now it's 46 in the Adel, so it is chilly to the west, especially 44 in Lone Rock, 46 in Mineral Point, 52 in Janesville, 49 right now in Madison. And across Dane County, still hanging on to 53 in Rockdale, 51 in Stoughton. Still a little bit of cloud cover to the east, 49 in Madison, 49 also in Sauk City. Beautiful Friday for us. Enjoy it as we get up to 72, down to 46 tonight. We'll start off dry tomorrow morning and end up dry tomorrow afternoon. It's right in between. We'll have that band of showers during the midday hour Saturday. Then we clear up Sunday, 69. We're well into the 70s next week. Could be kind of an active day on Tuesday with scattered showers and thunderstorms. Then it does cool down a little bit toward the end of the week, but that's a little bit closer to average by the later part of next week into next weekend.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Let's see what's happening in the 608 this morning. There is a fundraiser continuing today supporting two nonprofit animal rescues, one being the Midwest Horse Welfare Foundation located in Pittsville. The other is Little Orphans Animal Rescue of Montello. Organizers say this fundraiser will help each organization raise food and/or monetary donations for huge vet bills. The fundraiser is continuing today at Fleet Farm in DeForest. You can stop by to support them from 7 this morning to 4 this afternoon. You'll see their setup right inside the main doors. Now to a story you'll see only on News 3 Now. For years, those living with autism have faced stigma. Wisconsin's old Dr. Daryl Treffert spent his life working to change that by empowering them. We're taking a look inside SSM Health Treffert Studios, where everything he stood for comes to life. Here's Jalen Banks.
Treffert Studios has many functions, most designed to cultivate creative skills through hands-on teaching. Some areas include music.
You ever seen Drumline with Nick Cannon? I was just watching Whiplash the other day.
You feel safe and you feel connected and you feel like you're in a space where you can really explore things that are interesting to you, possibly passions of yours. It changes the game. It changes your relationships. It ups your confidence. And it really leads to opportunities to reach our full potential in ways we didn't even see before.
Passions are not only encouraged to come from clients and patients, but from employees as well. Spencer is a behavioral treatment technician at the studio. He himself is on the spectrum and uses his passions as a way to give back to those like him.
You're an individual that's on the spectrum, and now you're helping individuals on the spectrum. Yeah. Tell me how that's been over the last few years.
Biggest thing for me was that as a person on the spectrum, not as like a stigma or anything like that, but if I can do these amazing, great decisions just by being consistent on a daily basis, being 1% better, not trying to change my whole life, I try to let people know that anyone can do it. Here at the studios for me, it's about healthy eating and working out. And those are my two prime things that I like.
So Spencer shared with me his passions. The first, fitness.
All right, Jalen.
So as far as
yes,
the different clients.
Yes, sir.
You know, how do you guys go about teaching them? How does this benefit them? So, I mean,
yes,
you know,
sir.
they come here, they'll play video games, but it's not just simply playing video games. It's interaction with one another.
Absolutely. So the cool thing about this is when that was working, they could play against each other. And this kind of created camaraderie. But more importantly, a lot of the people that I really see here, that come here, don't really have a physical background. So it's kind of like cooking for them. Right. Is building that self-confidence and like, whoa, this is actually really fun. And then they would try something else. But for them, it's more about camaraderie and just the fun and engagement of this.
And after putting me through a workout, he showed me how to make a post-workout snack.
So we have the bacon, the egg, and the cheese. Beautiful.
Because you gotta get this right in the center.
Little Salt Bay action.
Like a nest. Boom.
Beautiful.
Through the many aspects of Trefford, from the art, video production, therapy, and everything else, it truly fosters a sense of preparedness.
They get to know us, we get to know them, and places like this just helps brings out the best in them. Because sometimes we all know that it can be a little challenging out there in the world, but through places like this, we can help them get ready for the future.
But most importantly, a sense of self-belief for all.
Remember, everyone, if you believe, you will achieve.
My man. Appreciate it, CJ.
Remember, it's not what you can't do that makes you different. It's what you do that makes the difference.
My man.
Great messages in that story. Jalen Banks reporting. If you'd like to get involved with SSM Health Trefford Studios, we have a link on channel3000.com. 6:50 right now, coming up in the morning sprint, everything you need to know to head out the door this morning. But first, we want to say happy birthday to those turning 3 today, including Stella. Happy birthday, Stella. Hope you have a wonderful day. We're back right after this.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
We love Jones breakfast sausage so much, we just have to share it with our kids.
We get ours in the bigger Jones resealable bag.
But Jenny's got a microwave in her dorm.
I do, and Jones always reminds me of home.
Breakfast better with Jones.
Shop family-owned Brothers Maine for our large selection, low-price deals, and free delivery on top brands like Cafe, Hotpoint, and GE Appliances. From sales to install, we do it all. Feel great about your purchases. Feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Looking for fitness that fits your budget? Join Planet Fitness. Now through May 10th, you can save big when you join for $1 down and just $10 a month. Cancel anytime. That's almost 25% off your monthly membership. Get big fitness energy without the big investment. Never intimidating, always free fitness training. Equipment for every workout. Don't miss out. Join the judgment-free zone today and get energized for $1 down and $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, May 10th.
At Papa Murphy's, we build your pizza with the freshest ingredients. You take it and bake it fresh in your oven.
So technically, I make the pizza.
Right now, get the limited time Taco Grande pizza. Papa Murphy's, change the way you pizza.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
This Mother's Day is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Hanson's knows that your home is a place of comfort and protection. That's why our durable, energy-efficient, and weather-resistant windows, roofing, siding, and gutters, as well as our bathtubs and showers, are guaranteed. With over 30 years' experience and thousands of 5-star reviews, we're your trusted home improvement expert. Get 50% off installation or enjoy no interest and no payments for 2 years.
Call 1-800-HANSONS. Get it done.
For 7 generations, our sausage recipe has remained the same. You can see it in our labels, smell it as you cook it, and taste it in every bite. Breakfast better with Jones.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
It is 6:53, time for the morning sprint. We start with Shane Hogan live with the latest on the encampment at UW Madison. Good morning, Shane.
Hey Josh, good morning. We are entering day 5 of the encampment here on Library Mall at UW's campus. You can see a few more tents have popped up this morning and folks are starting to wake up for the day and get their day started. We do know a second meeting will be happening sometime this morning between UW officials, Chancellor Jennifer Mnuchin, and the student leaders of the protest. After day 1 of meetings yesterday, we heard that there was progress made and the meetings went well. We will find out later today where things stand between the two sides. Josh?
President Biden is responding to the pro-Palestine protests around the country, saying order must prevail. He says students' calls will not make him change his approach to the war in Gaza. At the White House, the president said dissent is essential for democracy, but dissent must never lead to disorder. Breaking this morning, the White House says President Biden is returning to Wisconsin next week. The president will be in Racine on Wednesday for a campaign event. He'll be delivering remarks on his Investing in America agenda. This video is of Biden's last visit on April 8th right here in Madison. Details about next week's stop are sparse right now. The White House says additional details will come soon. Classes are canceled again this morning for students in the Mount Horeb School District. The superintendent making this decision for a second day following the killing of an armed student at Mount Horeb Middle School. We've reached out to who we believe the parents of that student are. They did not have a comment for us. The DOJ is still investigating that incident. New details about why Kristen Roman is no longer chief at UWPD. An investigation began into Roman as a way to look into complaints about her improperly tracking mileage and not paying her parking fees. It would end up revealing her relation with a subordinate. Both have resigned. 16-year-old Dontarian Pierce has been charged with attempted murder in Beloit. The charge stems from a shooting on April 10th on Shore Drive. Police arrested him that day during a traffic stop. His cash bond is set at $150,000. That bond was signed yesterday. An initial appearance is set for May 7th. More than 30,000 dog eyelid wipes are under recall this morning. The the Consumer Product Safety Commission says infection-causing bacteria can start to grow inside the container after it's opened. The wipes were available at stores nationwide, including PetSmart and Walmart. You should stop using them immediately and throw them out.
All right, just a few minutes away from 7 o'clock. You'll probably need a light jacket this morning. We've got some 40s to near 50 across southern Wisconsin, but we're going to warm up quickly with all the sunshine expected already in the mid to upper 60s here at the noon hour. Topping out low 70s. Just a beautiful Friday afternoon. Nice way to close out the week. Temperatures in the low 70s. A picture-perfect Friday. Well, we are looking at more cloud cover tomorrow. We will have a brief period of some showers right during the middle of the day. Then we clear up by Sunday. Temperatures near 70 this weekend. Even milder weather with a low to mid 70s. More active weather on Tuesday of next week.
72 and sunny. That sounds pretty nice.
Beautiful.
More live coverage ahead at 7:26.